Anime. Anime. Oh my god. I love anime. I just spent the last few hours watching the first episodes of a bunch of shows this season, and I am so excited to talk about them that I couldn't wait until the end of the season. I couldn't wait. I was already thinking about how I wanted to articulate different things in my reviews video, and I was like, there's no way I'm gonna hold this in for 3 months. I had to talk about it now. We are in the God season. This is like maybe the best season of anime ever. Like, ever. Right? Am I crazy? If you think I'm crazy, listen to me talk about these shows and then see what you think. This is going to be a very quick, informal video. I just want to talk about all the shows that I've seen, the first episode or the first few episodes of, what I'm thinking about them and whether I'd recommend them. So the other thing I realized is, these anime review videos I make, I'm really happy with them. I'm really proud of them. I think I have good analysis and insights and stuff. But it's like, what good does it do people at the end of the season? Who's going to want to watch a show from last season, especially when a good season like this is starting? Did I say a good season? I meant a God season. Okay, let's dive in. First show, Pop Team Epic Season 2. You already know what it is, and by that I mean, if you know what it is, that means you know that you have no idea what it is. I like that they picked off right where the last season left off in an extremely shocking bit of continuity. I've only seen the first episode so far, but all of the little sketches were hilarious. They had AC Boo back doing something uniquely new and terrifying. Everything was adorable, cute, funny, bizarre, terrifying, strange, grotesque. The voice acting was fantastic. They're sticking with the gimmick of 4 voice actors per episode, reuniting legendary pairs throughout anime history. It's everything you would want from a Pop Team Epic adaptation. The most passionate and high-effort shitpost ever made. Let's go. I'm definitely going to watch this. Another one I'm definitely going to watch. I mean, what can we possibly say? The first season was just flawless, just completely perfect execution of a great series that has this wonderful trifecta of appeal. The cute family stuff, the dramatic spy stuff, the goofy kid that has no social awareness stuff. And here, it feels like they're just going to keep ramping up in all 3 of these directions. I've seen the first 2 or 3, no, there's only 2, I think, episodes of this, and they were both super fun. I love this dog. He says Borf. I love him so much. He's just the best, and he says Borf. Chainsaw Man. There's some controversy around this, because people can't get through their heads that sometimes CG can be good, can be done well, can unlock things that aren't possible in traditional animation. They just see CG, and then they regurgitate an opinion they've heard, like, oh, if you want to be, like, into anime, you have to shit on CG. Yeah, that one Berserk adaptation. Yeah, that was bad. You know why? Because it had bad CG. Not because it had CG, because it had bad CG. Good examples of CG are everywhere. Look at Beastars. Look at Hoseki no Kuni. Look at Rebuild 2.0 of Evangelion. Yeah, sure, Rebuild has some other flaws, but the animation in 2.0, oh my god, your jaw will drop. And the animation in this so far is living up to those sorts of standards. Okay, yeah, it's CG. It would have been cool if it was hand-drawn Sakuga, whatever. But the CG enables all sorts of insane cinematography, dizzying camera angles and stuff, trying to live up to the experimental nature of presentation that they have in the manga. Is it the exact same as the manga? No. Is it going to be as good as the manga? Maybe not. But it's a great story presented in a great way. The voice acting is great. The noises that Pochita makes is great. I don't know how people in their right minds can be like, ugh, well, this is such a phoned-in, lazy adaptation. No, just watch it. If you haven't read the manga and watch it. Okay, what's next? Okay, alright, excitement dipping a little bit. I haven't really watched much Gundam. I watched G Gundam when I was a kid, and I quite liked it, but I haven't dove into the gigantic empire with like 20 series that is Gundam as a whole. We watched this with my anime club. I've seen the first episode. I'm like, well, there's like 3 kind of major factors. There's the giant robot battles. Pretty sweet. It looks like it's going to get really crazy in the series already. Some bizarre, inexplicable things have happened. There's, like, the political drama, which is, I'm kind of interested in. It looks like it has a kind of, like, leftist, anti-capitalist take, which is exciting. Messages of solidarity, unity, uplifting the poor and stuff. So that could be pretty good, too. But then there's, like, the melodrama, and I really didn't realize Gundam would have so much of this, but maybe I should have expected from other stuff I know about other Gundams, but, like, I don't know, this character here, She's kind of annoying. I'm sure she'll get like more resolute and stronger and stuff throughout the series, but and then just like the amount of bullying and people just being like awful, and I don't know, man. It just like wasn't pleasant and it wasn't super engaging, and I hope that stuff kind of falls by the wayside more, because there's also Yuri, and Yuri is the fourth factor, the Omni factor, the God factor, and that makes the show worth watching no matter what. Oh man, oh yeah, so I've seen 2 episodes of this so far. Fantastic, great adaptation. I think they did a really great job carrying a lot of the charm of the original, a lot of kind of like retro anime stylings, all sorts of throwbacks and like the facial animations and stuff, while also bringing a whole lot of modern production appeal. It is like so beautifully animated, so many just really stunning Sakuga shots. Sakuga existing again in like so many different genres, like really great gag shots, but then also like great action shots and genuinely really cute moments too that are accentuated by this like really goofy, over-the-top adaptation, this Shaft-esque. But you know, I gotta keep calling it. I'm always calling stuff Shaft-esque. At a certain point, it almost becomes an insult. Like, yeah, Shaft is my favorite studio, but this is something different. Just because they have a lot of the same types of techniques Shaft has, you know, cutting to separate diegesis, shifting the animation style, all sorts of crazy color palette stuff, doesn't mean that it's, you know, oh, they're just kind of operating in the Shaft mode. They're coming to their own conclusions with these techniques. They're building their own structure and narrative and kind of iconography of how they're going to build this stuff. It's its own thing, and it's fantastic, and I'm really excited to watch more. Totally shifting gears here. A lovely, down-to-earth, slice-of-life series featuring some lovable guys, nice, soft watercolor palettes. As I called, that means this shit is slow and comfy. You get to learn about building stuff. There's some kind of like strange, not quite modern Earth type stuff going on too, that's going to be brought out through slow and subtle world building, I'm sure. Some kind of like futuristic quality of life type stuff that I would associate with like Iso of Den-no Coil and Orbital Children fame. But then also like just weird quirky things, like this girl's got all these pets and stuff. I've only seen the first episode. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more lovable characters, a lot more do-it-yourself projects. It's great. It's great. It's great. I thought it would be good, but it's actually like great. Absolutely. I'm going to watch it. How could I not? We got more Molcar this season, as if we needed it. As if this show, which could save even the most dire of seasons, needed to bless us in this land of abundance that is fall 2022. Here we get kind of like a more plotline-oriented Molcar, at least from the episodes I've seen. I have no idea where it's going to go from here. It could get really wacky again. They could start diving into big genre parody like they did before. But this focus on like the main cast and this one kind of continuous plot line, at least for now, it's pretty interesting. A neat change of pace. And of course, all the stop motion stuff is still like the most adorable and charming and sometimes downright hilarious stuff you'll ever see. Phenomenal. Gotta watch it. This one, kind of a surprise. I picked it up because I saw someone on Twitter whose takes on Fukumoto I really expect, saying this is basically Kaiji Soccer School. And even though this person knows a lot about Fukumoto stuff, is a big Kaiji fan, great taste overall, I was kind of like, is it really going to be like Fukumoto, or is this person just kind of like coping and wants something to be like Fukumoto? And having watched one episode, I was worried it was going to be kind of like edgy, it was going to be more like a Danganronpa survival game, because it is like a survival game based around soccer, but they did have some kind of Kaiji-esque stuff to it, you know? Like this character pictured here. Really interesting. It actually got me kind of fired up watching it. His speech about, like, soccer is about who scores the most goals. It was, like, really raw and depraved in a way that some Fukumoto characters are. I'm not totally sold on, like, the protagonist yet, and then there's going to be, like, this big supporting cast. We'll see how I like them. But I don't know, man. I'm pretty curious. I really want to see what happens. Honestly, this will probably be one where I end up reading the manga, because the production was, like, pretty good, and the voice acting for this guy was, like, phenomenal, and I really did get, like, worked up during the speech, but, like, given how many shows I'm going to be trying to watch this season, And given how much I think this would translate into manga, most of the appeal for it, it might just be a manga thing. Anyways, it seems pretty interesting. So another winner. Oh man, this is another one that I thought, oh, it'll be good. But having watched the first episode of it earlier today, it's fantastic. It's so lovely. The idea behind it is so empathetic and kind, and yet hilarious. The characterizations as well are like just right on the edge of like ridiculousness while still being really endearing. The music scenes, playing the guitar stuff is way higher production quality than I would have guessed. But I guess it is Dogakobo. Is it Dogakobo or is it C2C or something? Anyways, it's really good. The production values are really, really good, and lots of like really cool diegetic breaks, art style breaks, all that stuff I really love in a slice of life series. It has almost like Yuri Camp vibes. Like it's at that kind of level, and it feels like it's going to go for that kind of characterization. Like something that's both really introspective and really like compassionate towards the characters without breaking too far away into like a melodrama, and still just kind of having this nice forward progression with the hobby. Yeah, really, really impressed. Way more impressed than I thought I would be. Really, really curious to see how this continues to develop. And even if it doesn't develop, but if it's just, you know, hanging out and playing music like K-On!, not even playing music half the time like K-On!, I'm going to be happy. I feel like there's a few little K-On! Tributes in there too. They're respecting the greats. This is crazy. This is really crazy. I don't know what to say about it. It's gory. It's gory in a really bizarre, comedic way that, I don't know how I feel about it. It's like watching Kill Bill or something, you know? That really kinetic, over-the-top gore that, you know, but not like something like Monogatari, which has very gory fight scenes, but they're so stylized it doesn't even feel like gore. Here they do want you to remember that this is like blood and guts and stuff. The premise, so far confusing. I've only seen one episode. I'm not gonna lie, I am very, very intrigued, but at the same time, I'm like, is this really the vibe? Is this really what I want to watch? So we'll see. I might watch this with my anime club, so that would give me a pretty good context in which to watch it. Seems like a very fun show to discuss as they go, but like, I don't know, man. It's like, where do they even go from here after this first episode? They already kind of did the joke. How can they keep doing the joke? Can they do the joke more than this already? How does it escalate? I don't know. I'm sure it does. Ooh, and in the OP, the character whose like face is scribbled out, that's good. That's haunting. That's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the payoff's gonna be, obviously. I don't know what the twist is gonna be, but like, just seeing that, I think in any show, in any genre, I would be like, ooh, I want to know why her face scribbled out. Someone told me to watch it, I think in the comments of my preview video, and they were like, yeah, it's like a really wholesome, good isekai. I don't doubt that, but it really, really is still very much an isekai. And like, so quickly when I was watching this, I've seen the first episode, and that there was like all the stats stuff, and he was like acquiring skills and going through the areas, and then it would cut to this like sympathetic, oh, she's like a poor cat girl and her life is hell. She's gonna get the magic sword. I just didn't care. I just really don't care about isekais. I just can't get into them. It feels like, and I'm sure this is what the light novels are, it feels like you're reading a strategy guide for a JRPG. And it's just telling you what happens in the JRPG, but you don't actually have to like play it. I just feel so disengaged watching these. So I think this is going to be a pass for me, but this is the chance. Those of you who are a fan of it, please sell me on some, I don't know what, to make me think, ooh, this is going to be appealing way outside of the realm of the way isekais could be appealing for me, because I don't know, man, this ain't it. It's okay. Like, production-wise is okay. Like, the quality of it seemed fine. So I'm sure if you like isekai, it's fine. But I don't. So I don't. Oh, banger. Banger alert. Oh, my God. So many friggin' shows this season. I watched the first episode of this. It was great. They're gonna adapt, like, 3 arcs that I can think of. And then the series is it. That's it. All 3 arcs are fantastic. Some of my favorite in the whole series. The stuff that's coming is this wonderful blend of drama and comedy and action. Already in this episode, there's a great balance of comedy and drama and action. The production values, of course, are off the charts. Bones' true multimedia masterpiece. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's so good. If you haven't watched this show before, just watch it, get caught up as quickly as you can, and start watching season 3 because it's going to be a wild ride. Just look at the screenshot even. It's great. And then this final show we're talking about. It all aired at once as some sort of ONA special, probably on friggin' Netflix, but whatever. I watched the first episode. It's just so good. Just, I don't know, man. This whole franchise, Tatami Galaxy, and then Walk On Girl, The Night Is Young, and now this. There's nothing else like it. Not even within Science Saru, not even within the works of Yuasa. Is there anything that has this kind of like quirky literary charm with so many strange things, with so many down-to-earth things? It's like, what if Monogatari, like, wasn't for perverts? Huh. What a concept. This one already starting us off with a fantastic premise. It's cool to see these characters back in basically their roles from Tatami Galaxy. Having seen a bunch of them in Night On Girl, The Walk Is Young, kind of like playing roles. It was both jarring and nostalgic for it to kind of like go back to that dorm life. Really excited to see, all the ramifications of the plot threads already introduced. I don't know where it's going to go tonally, emotionally, aesthetically, but it's going to be a wild ride, and I am absolutely here for it. There's so many shows I talked about that while I was talking about them, I'm like, this is probably the anime of the season, or this is going to be a 10 or something, but this one, more than any, I think is just so special. And if you haven't checked out this like franchise before, I don't know. It's not like you really need to know that much from the previous ones. Like, you'll know the characters better, but the continuity of this whole series, if you can call it that, even is bizarre. It's more just kind of like recurring characters and themes and locations, but not really any continuous plot thread that requires. So you can just jump right in, and I encourage you to do so because it's might be the best one yet. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. It's pretty hard to top the original Tatami Galaxy, or the movie. The movie is so good. Maybe the movie is the best place to jump in because it's just like a standalone movie, and if you like it, you can be like, wow, you're telling me there's gonna be 2 anime now that are like that? Wow. So, that's a lot of shows. I watched the first episode of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wait, I can't remember if I was counting before. 13, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah. And I'm gonna finish watching Cyberpunk Edgerunners, and I might watch the new Bleach arc with my boyfriend because he loves Bleach, but only after they dub it, because he watched it as a kid when it was dubbed, so that's like how he remembers it. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a good time. That sounds like very classic, so probably end up watching that too. Okay, but some of these I'm not going to watch. This one probably, yeah, definitely not. This one, undecided. This one, I'll probably read the manga. So we're down like, and then this one, again, probably like one of this and a Keep It Made War I'll watch with the Anime Club. And then everything else is like pretty sure thing. So that's like 10 shows, I guess. 10-ish, maybe 11. And then, okay, so at 22 minutes per episode, that's, but Molcar is short, but then Time Machine Blues is long. So math it out here. If it was just 12 shows that were 22 minutes each, I could do, that's like roughly 4 hours of anime a week, right? So it's probably going to be 4 to 5 hours of anime a week. When I put it like that, it kind of feels doable, And it's like, how am I having such a hard time watching anime? But I am already like 3 weeks into the season, and therefore multiple episodes behind on most of these shows. So, I don't know. Is it time to forsake society? Is it time to turn down all social opportunities? To stop going out into the city that I pay so much money to live in, and instead just bunker down through these cold Canadian months and watch a lot of anime? I think it is. This season is just too good. It's just too good. Look, all this season, it's just all airing this season. Even this, even that they didn't have to do it now. Even this. Ah!